And we are live.
Thank you for joining us for Matthew Pritchard's Within the Ring of Fire saga. I am your main man, needing no introductions. But first, let me tell you about the game we're playing. A game written by your main man, played in now by your main man, and you can get the books, Drive Through RPG, physical copies, hardback, softback, PDFs. Hit your main man up for PDFs. Come join Raw Immersive Games, the Facebook group. You could talk about the game. You could post. You could communicate with other people. You could find games for your flame tenders, for your RPG delights. But follow me on main man on YouTube if somehow you have not done so. And you can watch all the reviews about Within the Ring of Fire. Pick them up on Drive Through RPG today. Pick them up right now. You can listen to us while you get your orders in. Via me, you can get package deals of all the PDFs for Within the Ring of Fire that will ever be released, including the ones that are out right now. We got Saga book. We have 77 Thrones, the Theological Codex, a book about the divinities within the Ring of Fire. Books are full color. Books are going to delight you, excite you, bring you to that RPG climax that you will see in this game right here. Learn how to play like the gods of RPG and exhilarate and excite and enthrall your players. Send them to endless vistas of imagination. Also, Feywild, the novel for Within the Ring of Fire. Set the tone, feel the flavor, and submerge your players in ecstasy of RPG. Now, also, we have, of course, if you're right here, subscribe to Matt's channel. Hit the like button, watch the videos. You can check the whole playlist out for all the videos of this line, this series, as well as the other videos he's put out on RPGs, or watch his political channel as well, which I think is linked in there. And George, would you like to give them a quick link to find your channel for RPG enjoyment, and a lot of live play videos posted, Vampire Experience posted, and you guys can follow, watch George's videos, watch a lot of live plays from George, so I'm sure you'll enjoy his exceptional role play. You want to give him that plug right now, George?
Oh, I definitely will. Thank you very much. You can find me on YouTube under Sir Strigori, showing you the YouTube experiment in the Sabbat, the Camarilla, New York, the Living World of Darkness. Tune in and check it out. I will post it in the comments on this video.
Absolutely. Just follow his link off this video. And Andrew, why don't you go ahead and give them the link to your channel so they can find out your Within the Ring of Fire reviews and all your other great RPG videos out there, baby.
Sure. Mine's pretty easy. You can just search me as Andrew Van Roy, and I will definitely post a link to it in the comments section and other places. And appreciate everyone's subscription who has already subscribed.
Absolutely. And I just started up a Twitter account, so you can find that on Twitter, yourmainman_RPG. Follow me, see the tweets. We tweeted out this video. For those of you, give us a thumbs up if you are watching this via my Twitter account, have found the feed there. And whoa, my God, Matt, take it away, baby. Immerse them in the flames of 1,000 faces of Morgul.
Where we left off last week was possibly the bleakest moment of this saga. A saga that has seen our characters go from a normal life to that of a horrifying existence within the world's strongest prison, one in which nearly no one has ever escaped, to their escape from that violent life, out of the frying pan and into the fire, so to speak. In the last session, our human companion here, Bryce Paralis Highcrow, his fate was left unknown. Almost dead, gored to death by creatures grown out of the division between the pit and the underworld. Creatures of pure, pale evil and malice had devoured him, skewered him, and finally tossed his body down through that tunnel leading to the black iron oubliette. The others watched in horror as this happened, this companion they've known for only a short time, but whom was instrumental to their escape from Achmanurga, the living prayer to the 66, he who has many names, devourer of angels. His body fell, it tumbled through the darkness, and in the last moments before he fell completely unconscious, he was swept up by the wings of an angel. The others, unaware of his fate, pressed on, being followed, pursued by those who would try to recapture them and place them back in the prison on the surface of Kavega Thale. It was revealed to them by one other who had escaped from that prison, one who had been cursed by he who has many names to live an existence trapped between different worlds, stuck for who knows how many cycles, living in the darkness, his pale, almost translucent skin, the rows of teeth within his mouth glinting in what little light there was. He let them know where their tunnel was headed, where their journey was headed, deep into the pit of hell. And with this, we are going to open with Bryce. Bryce, you awake with a start. You feel your flesh knitting together, poison being poured out of the wounds that these creatures had caused you, these large centipedes spewing out of you, drizzling down your limbs. You look as the blood begins to flow backward, that on the exposed flesh back into the wounds. Your broken bones begin to crack back into place, healing themselves as you are surrounded by the brightest, most pure golden light that you have ever seen in your life. You know that this is the light of Ahura Mazda bathing over you, healing you. This miracle that you have been exposed to is absolutely shattering your experience. The cold that flows over your body in these moments is incredibly jarring until you finally awake and you feel hands, three-fingered, hairy hands touching your body, and as the light begins to fade away, you see it for the lie that it was. You're not on the surface of Kavega Thale. You're not on the island of freedom. You have not been captured by a servitor of Morgul to live with your divinity. You look around and you choke on the smoke in the air. The torches lighting this black stone room. Barely enough light for you to see on your own now. And these hands that are touching you, grabbing you, you begin to feel what feels almost like a suction cup begin to kiss the back of your neck. And when your eyes finally adjust from that blinding light back into this almost utter blackness, the figures that you see before you are man-sized, deformed, hunched backs, and when you look at the faces staring back at you, the hairs, long hairs protruding from their faces, and you look into the giant compound eyes of a fly on the heads of these three men, you know you are in hell.
I look around and utter bewilderment at where I am, and it doesn't seem, as surprising as it is, it doesn't seem as painful yet as I expected to have my wounds healed. It is very surprising to me. And I look at the creatures and I say, what? Am I in hell? How have I been brought here?
They begin to speak in a language you've never heard, if you can even call it a language. These suckers moving around and their lips, if they can be called that, in a circle, creating odd shapes as the noises pour forth from them. Things along that line, the sounds that you can't understand whatsoever. And these flymen begin to stretch your arms out, and you look down and you can see these wounds that have just freshly healed, the new pink skin, scars healing over your entire body, and these suckers begin to latch onto your body and begin to almost tear open new wounds for you, until finally a voice speaks out in Pelganese, in the perfect Pelganese, that is absolutely beautiful and pure. And you look beyond the stone slab that you are laying back on as you sit up, and you look forward. There are torches surrounding. There's 4 torches surrounding this thing, and just beyond the light, you can see the form of a tall woman, beautiful, her features looking almost like a Freyene, and she steps into the light, and she has platinum blonde hair. She steps forward and speaks to you. You have brought yourself here.
Not on purpose. There were these creatures, these horrible creatures that burrowed into me, and I don't remember how I got here. I fell, and I don't know.
And I caught you.
You-
All I did was stay your fall.
Why? Why would you do that? You could have claimed my soul. My soul could have been confined. Why let my body live?
And so it shall be confined. You will never leave the pit. Your flesh will die and rot here at the appointed time. Tales of your escape have reached even the bottom depths of the oubliette. You will be made an example of. He who has many names would like to speak with you first.
What words would I have for... And it's very obvious my voice is starting to shake now as mentioning a divinity, one that is hated in my mind for being a servant of Hellas. I would not have words with that.
You need not say anything. He wishes to see the form of that who has so profaned his temple on Kvegathea. You have caused a great deal of problems for us.
Then perhaps my mission really has been accomplished if I have caused so many problems for you and your kind. There are many, I am sure there are many of my people down here suffering. If I can hurt you just the smallest of amounts, I feel I have completed my mission.
When the Sirishes devoured your people on the southern continent, they flooded into the pit. They flooded the pit. Your people are faithless. They pay nothing but lip service to Pelgan.
Yes. They once worshipped the great god of twilight, but he has passed. But my people, we will stay strong. We will still stay strong in the face of you.
What you don't understand is that your people are made of flesh. They will die eventually. And they will, like all other souls, be brought under our control. We shall bring order to Kavega Thale. Do you understand the sin that you and your companions committed? You had the opportunity, not for redemption, but for faith, to serve He who has many names, to grow pious, and to fight Ahriman.
What I think you don't understand is that my brother and my father are likely down here. Why would I worship a divinity that holds the souls of my family? How could I sing out praises to the name of one who has done such damage to not only my people but my family, to Lavin and Ryan? I could not think of a more horrible thing, to praise him who makes my people and my family suffer.
You have no idea the cosmic scale of evil and death that Ahriman has brought to this world, and that he will bring to this world. Ahura Mazda is dead. He is gone forever. Do you understand what that means? This world lives on the precipice. It will be devoured by Ahriman, unwoven, unless the souls can be protected here, in this pit of black iron and stone.
No, it is you who does not understand. It is the face of Morgul which will fight the darkness. It is his face enveloping the world that will keep the darkness at bay, not your horrible Lord of Chains. I will worship no such being, ever, and in eternity. I will suffer here in this pit. I will suffer 1,000 times over, rather than worship him or bow down to him.
And where is the face of Morgul now? I've brought you flame so that you may see. Do you see Morgul? Does he smile back from the torchlight? Or has he abandoned you to us? Morgul is an unpredictable coward. His motives are almost unintelligible even to those of the divinities. You think that such a fleeting and fickle being could stand against the night? The endless, dark blackness.
It is better than giving one's soul to a being that would enslave the whole world.
The only force that can possibly stop darkness is its opposition, that of light. And until one can ascend, until one can retake the throne that belongs to Ahura Mazda, until one can become the divinity of the sun, there is no power whatsoever that could possibly stand against him. You stand in his way by trying to destroy the enforcers, by opposing them. You are dooming the very world that you love. You would see nothing but chaos.
We have nothing more to say. Everything that needs to be said has been said. You will not change my mind.
As I suspected. Your chance for perdition has already passed anyway. That is what you had on the surface. That was the gift that was given to you. Your sin is unforgivable, and your flesh shall pay the price. And once that price has been exacted, once we have extracted every bit of blood, every bit of flesh for 1,000 cycles as we keep you alive on the cross that we are building outside this very room, then we shall take the price from your soul. Your soul shall sit in eternity as a slave to all others. We will make an example of you that will last throughout the ages. Do you understand? Tales of the torture of your soul will be heard across Kvegathale. They will not inspire rebellion as your act has done on the surface. It will inspire nothing but fear and death.
I smile at him. Say, you may be surprised. I am sure word of our escape has already made it far. For indeed, many of the divinities already know of our escape, and they will spread the word to their followers, and Morgul will spread the word to his followers. You shall see.
You believe other divinities exercise any power here? Your ape brain. Your little ape brain. Enough. I tire of this. My two-wheel servants. They will take you out. They will show you to your new home. The last place that your flesh will rest. Come. And with that, these three beings, which are far stronger than you anticipated, grab you, pull you off of this stone slab, and drag you forward through the darkness outside the range of the flames. And as they bring you through the door, you can actually see out what seems an impossible distance, farther than you have ever seen in Kvegathale. There is no horizon. You can see but the walls of the Obulet. You are on the interior of this cylinder, and when you do, the impossible distances that you are seeing, everything, the weight of this begins to crush down on you. You choke on smoke. There are flames, there are fires, furnaces, and yet somehow there is light, golden light, everywhere. On every street, you look out over a gigantic city that is literally the size of the entirety of the surface of Kvegathale. And you see castles, temples, and what look like enormous ziggurats. Tens of them, all arranged around the edges as you look out. These ziggurats glowing with blue ethereal power, pulsating. And this power, you can see, moves through ley lines going to the center of this city. What lies within is completely obscured to you. There are too many buildings, too many obstructions to your view as you look down. But this golden light that reflects as you begin to walk, as you are forced to walk to where you will be crucified for the next 1,000 cycles. You hear the clinking of gold coins. You look down, and as your boots, worn through almost through the soles, kick the ground, what would usually be dust, you're kicking gold coins. As you look out, some of these, you look closer, the ziggurat that is closest to you, there are maybe 35, 40 of these ziggurats that you can see all around the Obliette. You can see gold, molten gold, pouring out of them right alongside these ley lines. This is more gold than you have seen in your entire life. It's as if they have tapped into the body of Ahura Mazda and are pumping the blood from his veins somehow into this pit. and you march, and you march, and one of these Tuil, one of these fly men, puts his hand over your eyes for just a moment, and you feel a small tingle in your eyes, much like that of the man, that beast who betrayed you earlier, who threw you to this fate. When he touched your eyes and allowed to see in the dark, he touches your eyes, and he allows you to see what is actually here in the pit. Almost instantly, you see thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of souls wailing in anguish. You look across the sea of the dead, those who have been captured by He who has many names, those who have been consigned to the pit for the rest of time, until Nithraxu decides either to unbind Kvegathale or change the laws of eternity. These souls will be here. They wail in anguish, and they look up upon you as the Tuil bring you to a giant cross made of black iron, a giant X, and they fasten your arms to each piece of this X, and they fasten your legs to each piece of this X, and they drive giant stakes through them to keep you there, and they bolt them on. And you stare out and choke on the smoke. Thalagar and Yavashtakar. You are being pursued. Those who have followed you from the surface, whoever they may be, are hot on your heels. There are times when you've heard their voices, their taunts behind you. You are starving, dehydrated, almost on the verge of death from exposure. You have no idea how long you've been running, only that you go farther and farther down into this darkness, knowing that if you turn around, you will likely be devoured, burned, killed, or taken to the surface. But what lies below you may be even worse. CERN. Go ahead.
I'm going to use my advantage. I'm extraordinarily faster than the rest of them, and I do the forte of running. I'm going to try not to exhaust myself too terribly and not completely lose them behind me, so I'm just kind of jogging at a very slow speed to allow the Ferrum to keep up, as the speed difference between us is enormous. But at the same time, I'm going to put a good 65 feet between he and I, which I suppose is at the very back with CERN in the middle, and that's the way it's going to be. So if there is someone to be caught, perhaps they will fall upon the foul Ferrum with his loathsome disrespect, and they will sate themselves upon him, and then I'll use that last bit of energy to perhaps flee. Let the Kalfar pay the price as well.
I'm badly injured from our last fight, so I'm kind of lagging behind a bit. I'm not in the penalties yet, but it is apparent that the Ferrum, he falls back once in a while and has to get himself together to catch up again, using the improvised pickaxe, almost as a walking staff, as a cane. You get forward and you can hear him cursing behind you every step of the way as his lungs start to burn and his blood turns to acid. They just keep running in this endless tunnels, caves. God, is there no end to this?
I keep my eyes focused forward, scanning through the darkness, peering into the grainy black and white the world becomes here in this dingy underworld layer, disliking the fact that a loathsome, vile Kalfar is behind me, and feeling that rumbling roar of the predator within, demanding to drink blood and tear flesh, as is my custom and wont. I continue to look around, obviously very wary for more centipedes or other predators knowing such environments. Clearly would have such things in a fine meal as we would make for them. Certainly more likely to draw their attention. So I'm constantly staring and looking and making sure that we don't end up in a position where we are eaten.
You continue through the darkness, and eventually the pursuit goes silent.
What? Can we still see the lights of their torches?
No.
Their flames? The fuck? I'll stop. I turn around. I think we lost them. I look around, see if they maybe if I can see if they hide in one of the alcoves or caves. Listen closely. Can you hear them shed?
As you listen closely, Andrew, you've got very keen senses, correct?
Yes, I do have some keen senses. And when I hear him say that, I will turn and scan the darkness behind me, having thought only to flee now. So perhaps,
The cavern winds and turns, so you haven't been able to see them the entire time. But as you listen, you crane your neck and you put your ear out. You can hear their boots and what sounds like claws, the sounds of their feet. They seem to be moving in the opposite direction now. Until it finally fades away. And you're left with the deepest silence that you have ever experienced. Nothing in the astral, the dream world, has ever been this quiet. Nothing in the deepest depths of the dark forest was ever this quiet.
I turn and look around, feeling a slow creeping doom and terror seeping through my pores as my eyes become even wider as I glance around, looking at the floor beneath me, looking at the sides of the wall that spirals down, looking up and off over the cliff, knowing hard things lurk out there as well. I feel tremendous tingling and winding of my intestines, of my stomach, feeling as if some small prey animal, knowing I am out of my element, as if a man wandering well out into the water and being weary of giant fish and sharks and such that would be there here likewise. And I'm sort of looking around, and I turn to my companions and I say, "Oh, it's too quiet here. What is happening?"
I don't know, either they lost interest, and I lean against the wall trying to catch a break, or they know something's down here and they don't want to encounter it.
Might well be. I don't know. It's something. Something is.
It's so silent.
It's quite quiet.
Cern speaks up and says, "You don't smell it, do you? That's smoke. And you can smell just the hint of smoke. Of almost a chemical burn. Like perhaps if there was an equivalent to gunpowder, almost. Begins to fill your nostrils."
What is it, Cern? What is it I smell?
The obliate. We've passed from the underworld. Thalagar, look at these stones.
I look at
Look
them.
at the deposits of iron. This stone is black. This is not the underworld. This is not
If
where our peoples dwell. This is far, far deeper.
I take a good kneel down and I examine the stones and the minerals and the ores. I grab my beard. Almost in disbelief, I look up. This is incredible. And you can see there is actual fear in his eyes. We made it. Oh. What now?
CERN continues and takes a few steps into the next chamber, and once again, you're confronted looking out into this tunnel that is led all the way from the surface of Kavega Thale, down through the underworld, and finally into hell itself. And when you look down, instead of utter blackness like you are used to, thousands, hundreds maybe, of feet below you, you can see glittering lights, fires and smoke, and blue electrical energy crackling through the streets of an enormous and hideous city below. In Thalagar, your eyes perceive something, and it strikes a hunger within you, something, a lust that you've never known. You see glittering flecks of gold littered on the streets and on the ground, and from your vantage point, you can see straight down into the center of the world, into what looks like a lake of molten gold.
Look at that. I take almost absent-minded, take a small step forward. I look down, mesmerized.
CERN has to grab you
beautiful.
by your collar. What the fuck are you doing?
Just look at it. Have you ever seen something that beautiful?
Beautiful. It is disgusting, putrid, foul, loathsome, abominable gold. Such it's to gag me, choke me out. Oh, so disgusting. Such a foul, venomous, vermin-like place. There, this hell, a place of gold, a place of impurity.
What are you talking about? It's the purest metal of all.
Most loathsome and abominable of all metals. Do you not know it? Do you not see it, you daft child?
The blood of a dead elder creator. Power beyond imagining.
Vile.
Imagine
CERN,
the city said goodbye.
CERN, you look at her and you can actually see tears of regret and absolute pain as she stares upon this, the blood of Ahura Mazda running wild in the streets of the underworld.
Well,
You know that she follows Elsam,
Right.
and you know Elsam's sin.
Huh. So that's where we're gonna go, is it?
You begin to see twinkling lights as well, not just on the street, but in the air. At first you think maybe these are just embers of the flames in the foundries, whatever's being wrought and burned down there in that evil, evil constructed city. But you notice what you're actually seeing are the wings of birds? You're not sure. Made of pure flame, flying overhead.
Oh shit.
They don't seem to be ascending to your level, but they do seem to be patrolling, or at least keeping watch over the streets below.
Well, that's certainly not a pleasant sight to be seen at all. Despicable things down there, wherever they are. I've seen things in the streets of trade, things that flew on wings, cursed their wings, cursed this place. May Laku shine lavender light down upon us to guide us in victory, stealth, and sabotage. You should put your faith in something. I look at you and go, Halagar, there is no saving you. I fear the moment you're to expire in this place, you'll be snapped up and be here forever and ever and ever beyond that. That'll still be the punishment to befall you for your lack of insight and wisdom. Cursed little man.
He turns around and looks up. Are you growing fond of me?
I am far more fond of you than I am what lurks down there, the rivers of gold and the things that fly on fiery, feathery wings. I'm not certain as to what they are, but I'm certain well enough that they're things I'm far less in love with than. I kind of look around, and you can definitely see there's a lot of tension, and my body is ever so slightly trembling as the effects of horror of this place are wrapping me. Perhaps doubt entering my mind just to even take another step forward.
As you look down and you look at these electrical energy lines, these ley lines following down these rivers of molten gold straight down into that giant lake, you see where they're coming from, these ley lines. It's as if energy is being pumped out of these gigantic pyramids, these giant ziggurats located impossibly far away at this point. As you look across, you're looking at the very, very base of Kavega Thale, of the entire cylinder of Kavega Thale. Maybe 30, 40. Their size is absolutely unimaginable as you can see them across these distances very clearly. This power, this blood of a dead god, is all being directed toward one particular point in that lake. Cern, a few tears, one, maybe two at most, swept away from her cheek as she steadies her resolve and stays her faith in Elsam, begins to step down towards the pit, continuing down this path.
That's the plan. We just go.
Well, I look back at you. I haven't seen from Thalagar anything that seems to be leading me to think he's particularly light of foot or quiet, have I?
Not really, no.
I do not think so. I look at you, well, I don't know what we're going to do in regards to you, Thalagar. You're not what I would call, well, able to make a quiet entrance.
Certainly not known for it.
Yes, I could well imagine. You are a thunder-footed little fellow.
But, and he looks down again. He looks up. That looks... I don't know what to do.
Cern turns to you guys, and you've never seen such resolve from her, and it really kind of gives you an insight just to how absolutely hard her own people are. I can't atone for the sins of Elsam. This, whatever this hellhole is, that he who has many names has created. If I'm to die, I'm to do it spitting in his face. If there is to be a new deity of the sun, it shall be Elsam. And if not, we shall bring Ahura Mazda back from the dead. But whatever his plan, if he has any pretensions to becoming more than the cannibal that he is. I wish nothing more than to spit in his eye.
Well, bringing Ahura Mazda back from the dead is not the plan of your goddess. As a plan of Laku, seems perhaps you're finding some fleeting wisdom in this lightless void, illuminated only by the horror below.
That's the spirit.
Well,
Elsam and Laku, as different as they may have grown in the many years, still share the same parents, the same parental lineage, the same blood courses through their veins.
well, as to what you say is not incorrect. A lesser twin, she who inhabits the pink time, and is the pink star from that far demon-infested place. Well, she is kin to the great god I serve, the purple rose. Still, she is the lady of succubi, and scorn and spite, the malice one, malicious intent. She will not save us or lend us succor here. No. Trust in Lavender Light. And I even that, like, I still seem maybe ever so slightly reluctant to even immerse myself with this thing, because I kind of move forward a little, and then I'll take like 3 steps back and just sort of stand there, awaiting, definitely not feeling this the need to rush into these things, as perhaps certain death looms there is tittering away in the back of my mind.
I will stand behind Yavashtakar with the improvised pickaxe in my hand, shouldering it like a warhammer. Just preventing you from taking too many steps back. Given not, vengeance lies down there. That's why we're here, isn't it?
I rub my face. Yes, it's vengeance. Yes. But I could really use some blood or even water, something. I'm so very exhausted. There are cramps in my sides. My throat burns for a taste of something.
I smile and you can see the blood, my blood-filled mouth, the big wound, gaping wound on my head where the blood kind of dried up in my beard. Me too. That's all we've got unless you can eat the iron.
I shake my head. Strange thoughts you have there. Iron. I'm so very tired though.
And shall we feast on the flesh of fallen angels? Would that satisfy you, Yavashtakar? Or you, Thalagar?
I shake my head a bit. I'd certainly like to walk in the blood. If this is the end, it's a worthy end. It's a good death. Gives a not regardless the last of his resources that he has inside of him. And he takes a step forward. Yes, I would like that.
The journey continues. Deeper, darker, until finally that smell of the smoke is almost overwhelming. And you realize you're no longer... The caves and tunnels you've been following have been following this gigantic tunnel, down, down, down into the pit. But the route has changed and you're no longer there. Until it finally emerges at the bottom of the pit, in front of one of these gigantic ziggurats. And Ander, you are confronted when you see this ziggurat. There is all sorts of runes and arcane writing all over it, but across the very top of this impossibly gigantic structure that seems to be just vibrating with power that you can feel. It's the hairs on your arms begin to stand on end you see the words written out. Here lies Nohord, bastard hollow troll. May his power feed he who has many names.
Is this in Thraxa?
This is in Thraxa.
I sort of strained my eyes looking forward. Now you said the ziggurat is made of gold, or it simply
No. It is. There is at the front of it. There is a fountain, basically, of molten gold pouring out down into this lake. But as long as these kind of electrical ley lines following it. But this is written like across the middle of the ziggurat in just gigantic carved letters.
I stare at it, and my eyes widen, and I take several steps back. I look towards my companions. I'm also going, and then I turn back and paranoidly take long glances around, looking for anything that might be standing to a degree of century here that might. That we might have alerted or alarmed at our encroachment.
This place seems almost entirely lifeless. In the sky, if you can call it that, you can see the flaming wings of angels flying. Nothing seems to have been alerted to your presence as far as you know.
All right. Well, I will say to the two of them, here, before us, this unwholesome structure. Do you know? Do you have any idea? Do you have any idea what lies within that singular prison?
Shake my head. No.
Do you not recall when the silver gleamed and shined and a voice spoke out, a voice eldritch beyond imagination, of antiquity, still resonating here in the present day, in the present moment? Did you not hear it there, up above?
The troll.
And I'm standing facing you, and then I wheel back around and I point at the ziggurat. There! There! A troll, kinsman and kindred spirit to him. It lies there, in a fevered dream of sleep. In a dream of sleep, in a dream. Wait. Maybe,
Big sense.
Calm. I must be calm. I'm being overwhelmed now. There is a possibility. Ever so slight there, if he is there. Give me but a moment. A singular moment. And let me pry in the sea of those great ancient, nebulous hollow trolls do fall to the fashion of men, do fold and call out. For I have heard in the ancient stories that vex, that opiate itself was created as a dream from the trolls, as our collective spaces, our minds expanded, and they themselves, the 44. This being one of those ancients. Those 44 were the ones that dreamed him and dreamt opiate itself into space, and if they have done such things, and if it lies now, and if it dreams, if it truly does sleep, in this hell, perhaps. And I begin to stand and slowly condition my body and just begin to attempt to relax as best I can under the utter horror of the circumstances, Matt. And I extend my hand forward and I begin to move my fingers ever so slightly as I attempt to pulse and ripple against the air around me. And for a moment, my companions will see the very air around me shiver and undulate and ripple, as if I had carefully hit my fingers against the surface of a pond as they hit and continue to go out in ever largening circles that slowly fade. I put my finger down. Now, what exactly is the floor? Stone? Is there a good amount of dust on it? What can you give me a very good example of what the floor might be? Are there any rocks here or anything of that nature? Matt?
Sorry, I was muted for a second. Yeah, the floor is the ground that you're stepping on. It's actually like black cobblestones. An immense amount of work and carpentry has gone into this place. The hell is this almost vast city, and you remember as you were looking down through that giant hole when you had an aerial view of it, it had almost like a fractal beauty to it, patterns within patterns within patterns, an order that you couldn't perceive exactly, but something so complicated and yet so precise was there, and it is seen on the floor below you. It is pristinely placed bricks of black stone, some of them made straight from directly from iron ore. And this ziggurat has been carved out of some immense stone. This doesn't seem to have any iron on it, but it is almost as if it was a solid piece.
Now, let's see. How far exactly is the ziggurat from us?
This one, you actually emerged rather close to it. I mean, you could walk to it. Very, very short walk.
Let me ask you a few more follow-up questions. I don't see any kind of dust or anything any little broken pieces of any of these materials anywhere.
Yeah, I mean, there is a little bit, but it's not, these aren't like ruins. It actually seems as though this is a rather well-kept city.
No, I understand that. I have a reason that I need to acquire something to do what I wish to do.
Yeah, right. There is. If you need material components, then you've definitely got. There is dust and little bits of rock here and there, but it's not. It's not like covered everywhere.
I'm going to go find a rock, and I'm going to walk over to the ziggurat, right where it says the name in Thraxa of Njord, and I'm going to approach that. I'm going to take the rock in my one hand. I'm going to take my other hand and ever so slightly drag one of my vicious teeth across it, causing just a little bit of blood to come out. Just a very small cut of a wound that might bleed a bit, and I take my finger. Now I have a rather strong amount of talent in the artist skill. I have 5 grades of artist for those watching along at home, and I have a forte in the skill drawing, and I'm going to take my blood with my other finger. I'll have the stone in my hand, and I take it with my pinky out, and I begin to trace in blood over the name, actually completely around, circularly around, drawing very intricately certain sigils and symbols in ever interlooping patterns of imagine infinity symbols continuing, not just one, but that sort of laying on its side 8 over and over and over again, and I put that all around his name, and then I continue by drawing a line that comes from the top directly to where his name is, and then I trace an overlay of his name with blood, and I whisper, reaching out into the space of the ephemeral, of the gossamer dreaming apparitions, and I say, in that tongue known in the dreaming world, great ancient spirits, only ephemerals, hear my call. If you do dance luxuriously within the mind of an ancient progenitor of dreams itself, hear me in there inside those dreams, and know that I am a force of liberation force and faction coming to stand against in the front, the face of feathery hell, the face of loathsome golden lights, the face of horrible abominable light that seeks to come and drive out the world and bring pain to the eye and pox upon the flesh. As my blood sort of drips down, I take the stone and I knock slowly. First, I knock 8 times and stop and pause, and then I continue until I reach exactly 44 knocks with the stone directly against the name Njord as the bloody sigil is put in place, and I will interact with an ability to summon the spirits of the dream as I attempt to do so. And what I'm trying to do is pry directly into the ziggurat, directly into the sleep, into the dreams of the troll, as dangerous and horrified as I am to impose my will. So I attempt to do it as well as I am forced into such a position. So I attempt to reach, to exert my will, to exert my potency and prowess in these arts further into those dreams and directly summon any such spirit out towards me through my own blood and essence, through the knocking, through the use of the ancient and sacred numbers of both 8 and 44, and through the use of the repetitive infinity symbol, the unbroken circle of time that never ends. And I squeeze my hand, and I hold the stone in my other hand, staring, and I using my meditation to quiet my rhythm and open my mind for the inspiration of the dream, and trying not to tremble under the awe and awesomeness of what may befall me.
As you do this, you continue to draw the infinity symbol. Little flakes of dust and rock and pieces of gold begin to vibrate on the ground just ever so slightly. And almost all at once, your mind is opened to the vastness of the spirit which is responding to you. A spirit so old, so almost alien to you, that it is like swimming down to the depths of the ocean, farther and farther into this just unimaginable amount of depth, and a voice responds, "Flesh." What is this flesh?
I fall to my knees in genuflection before the awe and power of such a tremendous Holy Spirit. I am not worthy. You, the Ancient One. My name is Avastakar. I'm speaking, of course, in Thraxa. I'm of the tribe of the Ravenous. I am here to battle against the bastard child of the son of Denethor Mazda, who has so wrongfully imprisoned you, O great and powerful Lord of the Trolls. Please allow me, instruct me, use me as a vessel so that I might help you, so that I might lend in your liberation and conquest, your escape from hell. What must I do to awaken you? What must I do to bring you forward, all-powerful one?
There is no liberation. There is only sleep.
Awaken from that long slumber. Come forth, and bring against them. Do not give up. Do not surrender to oblivion. I need you for the world. I need you so very badly.
And what do I owe to the world? I can hear them. The cries of my children as the enforcers manipulate men against us. So easily they are fooled. I wish only rest. Why do you awaken me?
I tremble just in the utter awe of having a conversation with something so potent. We stand not with the enforcers, not with Aulus, not with Helena, not with Zaust, not with Zansaro,
but with a god. I can smell it upon you. I can feel the tainted influence of that child of the Elder Creators.
Yes, I have applied worship upon the top of the spire, upon the blood, and here I come. I do not know. I do not understand. You are awe-inspiring, but I have worked never against your children, and strongly against these enforcers. They have killed mine as well, my wife, my twins. I killed them, and I come here, and I seek to fight and help, and I will give my blood and bones and strength that I have left in me to battle. Please help us, we beseech you. And I'm bowing, I'm bowing, but still can keep my head up so my voice comes. Please help us, however you can, so we might fight against this abomination, this abhorrent light. Please, great master, do not forsake us. We are here. We have traveled. We have sacrificed, and each one has lost, and we stand with hate for these abominations, for this angel, for these gods.
My chains are too strong. I cannot break them. But myself and the others. Maybe we can aid your little fleshling.
Yes. Yes, master. Please.
You must face him. You must face the 66.
Oh, how? How can I? I am but an abomination of flesh. But I face the light of the sun.
Not of the sun. The sun died. You face not the light of the sun. You face but a poor reflection, one of his children. An angel. A bastard angel, a cannibal. He is a perversion of the sun's light.
Aye, master.
You must go to the lake. Go to the lake. Stare upon the reflection. And perhaps there is a chance. Perhaps there is a chance we might aid Naugus.
Aye. Great. And hoary Naugus has spoken to us through the light of silver. He is watching with his eyes.
He was one of only a few to escape.
Yes, master. Aye.
Yes, I can feel his presence here. Staring back through the reflection of every piece of gold, every piece of wicked treasure that has been wrought from the blood of a Hurlmaster. He knows you're here.
Yes.
And so does the 66.
Yes, it does.
He waits. There is other flesh here. Not just the angels, but the flesh of something new, something I've never experienced before. He wails in pain upon that cross. You must follow the power that is drained from my body, from my spirit, out of this cigarette. Follow it to the center of the obliate. It is only there that you will find your companion, that you will find Naugus, that you will find the 66, that you will find he who has many names.
Aye, I am loyal. I have learned your tongue, Athraxa. I have practiced your ancient arts. I have respected them.
I feel no taint of malfeasance upon you. Follow the ley line. It will give you power. It will even give that foul Farum who stinks the streets beyond my prison. I can smell him even now. It will give him power.
Yes, great Nahord. Yes, great Nahord. I shall do as you say. I shall put your words into action.
You're in danger, though.
Of course.
The souls of the dead will try to feed on you.
Oh.
But let me but touch your mind so that you may see them.
I open my mind to you with no compunction, and no competition, or thought of restraint. And I kind of stand. I kind of get like a lotus pose, my hands in my mind. Please penetrate me, show me, do as you will, ravage the library of my thoughts.
There is a crack as if lightning has struck right next to you. Individually, you, Thalagar, Cern, and Yavashta-Ka each experience this. There is a crack in your mind, an explosion, pain in your eyes. And when you open them and you look out across the pit, you see the millions, the dead, all hungry, mindless, confused, walking the streets, aimlessly, some toiling. You see so many disproportionately represented. You see Farum everywhere. Thalagar, this is the fate that your people have chosen by abandoning the gods. And not just the gods, but the trolls, those who live in this deathless torpor. Piety, faith, and even the paths of magic. That is how you escape the pit. That is how you fight the pit. And you can see the Farum. There are just mountains of gold in some of these streets. The Farum sitting there trying to touch it, but having to polish this wealth that they will never own.
I fall on my knees, eyes wide open, almost drooling in horror, tearing up. What is...
I see you, Farum. The horror. Your life. There are ways to escape this fate. You distrust the gods, and rightfully so. But there is another way.
I jump up immediately, grab that pickaxe. Who's that? What's happening?
I am Nahord.
Troll. You troll.
I am deathless.
Is that...
My power can save your people.
Show me how. God.
Necromancy is not something easily learned. But you needn't follow the path of gods. But you must escape. You must escape. And all at once, this presence that you have felt in your mind, Ander, and you, Thalagar, is gone as it retreats back into the ziggurat.
No! Don't! Speak more! How can I?
Yes.
I look around. I look over to Yavashta-Ka.
I walk over to you and I place my hand on your right shoulder. He has told me. I know. My eyes are extremely wide, like Colt wide, like ee! And definitely a strong presence wafts off of me. He has shown me perhaps the key to solving the puzzle of the feathery death that looms above us. I will need your strength. Come, Eve has spoken to us, even of Bryce Hycro. They have him here, perhaps killed and being tortured, perhaps his soul, long as others, and I look towards the throng, perhaps many can be liberated and find that salvation and reincarnation of Tahul. We must go to the Lake of Gold and find in it shivering the power to provide this light and strength to bind these damn bastards forever to the stones of their own making, to the prison of their own device. Come now, Nahord, great hoary Nahord, powerful ancient elder, he has given me wondrous insight. I must fulfill his desire. And I'm going to begin directing myself towards the lake that he instructed me to go to. Matthew, who is muted.
I will follow with resolve, but always looking over my shoulder, looking around to see my people in despair, and muttering to myself,
They
"Is
pass
that what we're chosen?"
You pass them through the streets, and they don't seem to notice you. They have just a vague awareness, but you can feel this touch in your mind, this crack. Something has enveloped you. You can feel it. The hairs again on your arm are still raised. The aid of this troll has at least dulled your presence to whatever horrors lurk in this pit.
Are you talking to both of us or to one of us?
Yeah, to both of you.
Okay,
all of you.
That was vague. I wasn't sure.
Yeah. This power has kind of washed over you.
He's still here.
All right. He is there. I feel he is slipping back into slumber. Still, he directed me to the name of Naugus, the greatest of them all, the one who watched and saw us earlier. Thalagar, I tell you, the trolls are real, and they are powerful, and they will fight if given rouse and given reason, if ripped away from their apathy, from their cause and thought of defeat. Can be aroused and stirred it again, and they do sleep, they do slumber here, in this listless hell. But look, be careful. Those ones will fall upon us, loving and devour our flesh. They are the hungry, hateful dead. They are the denizens of hell.
He said something to me. I didn't understand it.
Yes, what did he say to you?
What is necromancy?
Necromancy is the ancient arts devised and practiced by great glorious Naugus. And I speak of them with tremendous reverence religiously. Naugus, the father of necromancy, said to be the most intelligent of all things, who ever move through any world, who stands still and waits and stares from reflection, too powerful for the god and their angel here, but work against. No, he defied them and created a space to look out upon the world. He was potency and power, and still is, to reach out and grab those who defy his will through malfeasance. Necromancy is one of the 5 esoteric arts of the Magi, arts that I myself have begun to learn the slightest reflections of. Nay, not necromancy, but others, taught me by Typhon in the streets of trade, brought by my own wife, before her and our twin boys were snuffed out crudely by the followers of these same enforcers, and I shall bring them the hell and pain that they brought to my ravaged, broken heart. Inflict the fury of my soul upon them. I shall learn the golden truths of light and how to bind, afflict, as the summoners have done for epochs of time, vengeance and craft, to defeat the souls and spirits that worked and walked against them. I rage like the white teeth glinting with the glimmering gold and fires of the place. You show how long my mouth, of course, It opens larger than, say, much larger than humans would, filled with furious fangs that are white in anger, flares in my green eyes. My red hair rustles slightly. Are you with me, Thalagor? Are you with me?
Yes. Oh, yes. Yes, I'm with you.
Oh, yes, indeed, then.
He said he can show me to save my people. Can you not see them everywhere?
Yes, there, and there, and there, and so many, many more. We must go to the Lake of Gold now, with no more distractions.
I look over my shoulder to Cern. Let's hurry then. To the Lake of Gold.
He spoke to me too.
Ah?
I
What did
dare
he
not
say?
repeat it, though. We must go to the Lake of Gold.
And I begin to move in such direction.
I start to jog.
All right, as you guys continue to go, following this small stream of molten gold as it is in this groove going down this street, with blue crackling energy all around you as it continues, ghosts unaware of your presence. You're careful not to touch them, as they are hungry, and they do want to steal the life of the living, as confused as they may be. And Bryce, we return to you on the cross. This is the third time that your skin has been peeled off of your chest, only to be completely reformed and reknit in the light of angelic power. Different types of angels, those with wings made of pure fire, others who are golden-skinned with no ears and blonde hair, beautiful beyond imagining. These people, for those in the audience, this is the kind of thing, these beings have absolutely absurd levels of the attractive advantage. Others with wings that look almost like owls and red horns protruding from their faces. They have been tormenting you. They don't ask you questions. They don't ask you for, for confessions, to reject Morgul. They are literally just exulting in your pain. And your flesh knits itself together once more. And the Tuil, these fly people who have been feasting upon the rot that has been all over your body. And as that goes away, their interest wanes and they walk away. And you sit and you breathe heavily. And you look out over this gigantic lake of molten gold, the blood of Ahura Mazda boiling, bubbling. You finally see something rise from the middle. The figure of a man, impossibly large, maybe 15 feet tall, the most beautiful, angelic creature that you could possibly conceive of, more beautiful than that even, begins to rise out. 6 wings protrude from his back. This naked man floats ever so easily out of this gold. It drips off of his body, not burning his flesh, but looking seemingly to empower him. And these ley lines that are coming from all of these ziggurats pouring into that gold, keeping it boiling, keeping the heat going. He is feeding off of the power of something, you don't know what. But you know that you are staring upon the face of the most prolific cannibal in the history of Kavega Thale, in the history of possibly other worlds. His wings begin to beat powerfully, so powerfully, that the gold, this thick, viscous liquid, is bashed around as if water being propelled by huge winds. And finally, his perfect form floats up until he stands before you, floating before you, and those around you cheer. And the flies make their sick, disgusting noises with their little suckers and their claws, and they lay down on their knees in adoration and adulation for this being, whose wings actually stop finally and just kind of wrap around his back, but he continues to float. And he floats up to you, and his large finger just kind of touches your forehead lightly, drifts over your form. And he says, "Your people are so young, so new to this world. Pelgan has done quite a good job. Absolutely exquisite. I'm going to have to send my servants looking for your people. Even more. I mean, when the Sirish horde devoured half of your tribes, so many came down to us, yet in comparison to the other species, there are so few of you yet. But you breed quickly, don't you? How many wives must you have had upon the face of Kvegathale? How many little clones of yourself are defiling the world up there, shitting everywhere, building those cities? How many? Can Clayman not speak? Did Pelgan not grace you with a tongue?
Nah. And I sort of, all the words that were in my mind, the words I wanted to say to this being, are just wiped completely out as I see his perfect form in front of me, and even his little touch just sends complete tremors down my body as I shake, and my mouth just opens and closes uselessly in front of this being. Ryan, Lavin, oh please.
I know the names of all in this kingdom. Who do you speak of?
My father and my brother. You killed them and sent them here. You and your horrible enforcers.
He smiles at you. I know all the souls in this place. What fantasy have you concocted in that little brain of yours? I know not your father, nor your brother, your mother, your uncles, your aunts. Your family is not here. Is that what drove you to do this? Is that what drove you to such an offense against me, against my faith, my religion? I am the only force standing between Kvegathale and the unraveling that would surely happen if Ahriman had his way. And yet you take the opportunity that has been given to you to turn your life to something better, more productive, more orderly. And you escape from my prison? How is that supposed to make me feel? How am I to look upon you or your people now?
I look at him, and now that he has said, he's almost tacitly, he's admitted that he does not know of my family who have died. They escaped. Their faith brought them to reincarnation. Their souls are not trapped here. And some small amount of energy returns to him. He says, I say, it is Morgul who will fight back the darkness. He who is of my day of birth. He has watched over me my whole life. He will fight the darkness, not you, not your kind. You horrible.
Morgul. I did smell his taint upon you. Well, since you are not willing to give answers as to why you have offered such a grave offense against the one who might protect your world, I will let you meet Morgul. I will allow you to experience his plan, his order for Kavega Thale. Come, servants, bring the flames. And with that, the flies, almost probably 30 or 40 of them, begin to scale up this platform where you are with torches in hand. And they begin to lick the flames over your body, burning what is little left of the clothes off of you, causing immense pain until you're almost at the point of death again, until instantly your flesh reknits itself once again. In the blinding light that is the divine power of the angel before you. He says that is what Morgul will do given the opportunity. He wants to consume the world. He wants to consume everything, and he wants you to help him do it. Is that what you desire? Is that the order that you desire?
It is the only way. Your people will fight back the darkness. It is his flame.
You haven't even been here a cycle yet. Your pain is going to be absolutely exquisite. They begin to burn you once again. This process happens again and again. He reknits your flesh. The power, the light, this angelic light brings you back from the brink of death over and over and over again. And finally they stop. And you look out. And as the flies begin to climb down the platform, torch in hand, the last torch to go out of your sight, you can just swear that you saw a face within the flames.
Morgul.
Not the unreadable face, but a face of pity and of anger for what has been done to you. Your faith is not going unnoticed.
Morgul. I mean, only there's so little left in my mind at this point. It's the only everything I am is now latched on to that glimmer of hope that is slowly receding in front of me.
You finally lose consciousness. Not even the magic of the angel could keep you awake for that long. The pain has finally taken its toll. We return to Yavashtaka, Thalagar, and Cern as they make their way through the streets. It takes you ages. Your body's weak beyond recognition. There are times in which you want to give up, but you can feel the pulsating power of this ley line, this unimaginably powerful ally who is restrained in that ziggurat. But his power is what allows you to continue. You get reinvigorated, almost as if Not that you'd had a night's sleep, but as though you had had a meal. Something propels you forward down these streets as you go farther and farther towards the angelic horde, towards this monstrous number of ghosts ahead of you. The hungry dead, the angels overhead. Until finally in the distance you see something, these images that you have seen, experienced over the last, whoever knows how long. You've lost all concept of time since you escaped that blasted prison. Having seen trolls and dragons, nothing prepares you for the sight of the man floating, the six-winged man, the bursts of light that he blasts out over and over upon some tiny piece of scaffolding, who knows what it is, upon this platform high above the sky. Until finally, Yvashta-Ka, you can see, your eyes so keen as a wolf, you can see what is up there. You can see this six-winged angel, this blasphemer, this disgusting cannibal, he who devoured all of the other seraphim. You look upon the body of he who has many names as he blasts energy, divine energy, at a human, nailed to a cross, an X made of iron overlooking this lake of molten gold. And you finally see what this ley line leads to. This ley line leads directly into that disgusting pit of profane blood of Ahura Mazda. It's being used to boil it, infusing this gold with the energy of the trolls. And you see this man, this horrendous angel, this defiler, dive back into this gold, swimming and bathing in it, covering himself in it.
I stopped stone still in my tracks, jaw agape, slackened, my neck hunching over slightly, the confidence that had reinvigorated my form ebbing as the pain of the day of the trek down here continues to assault my flesh, as does the form and stench of the spirits, the greedily hoard, as is the Faramway, this gold, this our flesh, our warmth. And I look at him and trembling runs throughout my form as I stare agape at him, trying to form the word and a horde in my mind, but still syllable pride from my understanding as I seek to form back the names of the 44 trolls that existed, persisted here, do find their incarceration, and I find myself unable to form even one of their names through the awesome, unbelievable sight of he who has many names and the power of this ley line of the power of the blood of Ahura Mazda, though it does fill me with disgust, being native, a creature of darkness, being woven by the son of Aramon, and the sight of light, repugnant and repellent to me. I stare at this and I tremble, and finally I try to focus my mind as best I can. I try to look to the gold, I try to feel it, I try to tap into it, I try to allow my energy, my shadow, to fall upon the gold, as loath as I am to do so. I know that through the mystical applications, the magical practices, I should say, that such things must be found so that they may be bound, so that angels may find stone and iron to be their refuge, and so that Bryce Hycro may be pulled off the iron crucifixion that is his fate. And I try to, as I tremble and shudder, with surely many penalties, I try to focus in on that feeling, that essence of blood, that reflection of burning light, and I try to seek to learn whatever mystical or occult knowledge that I might, as I allow my mind from my shadow to swim in such form as well.
Would anyone like to offer a soliloquy at this point?
I'll offer one. As I dangle, weeping from this cross, although I am in horrible pain, there are things that I can find some amount of comfort that may comfort me for cycles and chains to come. Though perhaps not forever, but for as long as I can, I will hold on to these cherished images in my mind. This knowledge that perhaps my brother and my father and my mother, perhaps if they have reached now reincarnation, their souls are to be born again if they are indeed dead. My father and my brother, if they are indeed dead. But my mother will find peace at last for her. And I now know, too, it was Morgul I saw in the flame. He saw me, he looked into my eyes, and he had pity. He had pity for one as low as me in this place. He looked upon me with favor, but with pity. I will cherish that too in my mind. I will cherish for many cycles to come as I suffer here. Though, as I say, perhaps it will not last as long as I may expect, as they will come back to torment me over and over and over again until my mind and my body are completely shattered. That's all.
All right. As you continue down the streets, and you finally arrive at the base of this tower, the heat coming off of this lake of gold is causing you to sweat. It's pouring off of you. This water. The smoke in the air chokes you from these foundries. You know not what they are constructing, what is being made, the angels flying above you. The heaps, mounds of gold coins and gold relics strewn throughout the streets, always tempting Thalagar off his mission. All of this glint, this light, this perversion of power, this perversion of Ahura Mazda, this perversion of the trolls, this perversion of any creed except that of he who has many names, begins to boil as a rage inside you, and as you see your companion, that man who helped you escape, being flayed and burned and tortured over and over and over again upon this cross, the strength of your resolve begins to grow and grow and grow.
That is Bryce. I wouldn't believe it. See, that foul angel. This is really not at this point where Thalagar realizes what perverse, degenerated, debauched creature he who has many names actually is. And he begins to breathe heavily, and you can see how he just clings onto his warhammer, and his veins can be clearly seen under his skin.
This tower that he's on is a stone formation that's looks very old. And you see these fly creatures, just like the one that you saw, Yavashtaka, back in Atramanurga, the one that taunted you to climb the steps, to grow piety in He Who Has Many Names, to lap up that vicious faith. You see them climbing down, down, down with torches, as He Who Has Many Names dives back into the lake of molten gold. And they begin to come down. Finally, they reach the bottom. And one of them, as he walks somewhat near you, the spines and like small hair, the cilia popping out of his back, just vibrates just ever so slightly as he passes by you. And he looks and he turns with those giant compound eyes, staring through you. And he begins to stroke his little sucker, his mouth. Is there someone there?
I freeze.
I am still frozen, of course, in the soliloquy that I've given you there before Andrew did his. My character's just sort of focusing his energy into the golden blood lava water liquid, trying to find or dig into, trying to find this sort of spiritual connection that the Horde had alleged to. As I'm trembling and like my mind is so focused, I probably don't even notice the creature.
Thalagar, you notice that he's moving ever so slowly towards Yavashtaka, as if this magic, this concentration, this spiritual energy that your companion is directing into this lake of molten gold is attracting the attention of the servitors of He Who Has Many Names.
Wolfberry!
I don't seem to be drawn away.
You are beginning to
incredibly
feel
well
that you are feeling something within the lake. Some connection, and you can feel through the ley lines. It's just ever so slight. There's a pulsation, and you can feel it through the ley line you're standing next to, and there's a bounce back, almost a ping, like some sort of sonar, and you feel these other points from the ziggurats flow through them. Just a tiny, tiny pulse. And again, this fly takes another step forward towards Yavashtaka.
I will step closer to Yavashtaka as well, carefully, almost stealthy, as far as a pharaoh can be stealthy, and put my hand on the shoulder. Yavashtaka!
Thalagar, I feel them, the points, cigarettes of power. And then I turn to see the thing. The thing is, for the first time, it's crept. About how far away from me is it, Matt?
It is less than 10 feet at this point. It's very slowly approaching. You can tell it's cautious, and if you could decipher an expression off of what you would imagine is the face of this thing,
yes.
It's actually analyzing the air in front of it. It's looking around, and it's a type of thinking that you're not used to. It's not that it's craning to see through something. It's running through different scenarios in its head, different ideas. It's trying to imagine some sort of a circumstance that could be prompting it to what is causing this reaction within it. It's a very curious creature as it steps forward towards you.
Well, as I see it now, remember, I am now contemplating, lost in thought of the great powers that etch the world of ziggurats held with trolls, having seen He Who Has Many Names, having spoken with the Horde, and being under the watchful eye of Nagus. This thing, though loathsome and sickening, does remind me back to the same thing that I saw that tormented me with chains of Tehulian blood iron, foul, horrible things in the pit that I was first plunged, and my anger floods through me, and I stare at the thing, just snapped right to, from melding, from going into ancient, horrible, sickening gold, and I look toward the thing, my eyes grow wide, my fury, and I will assert myself above it. I go, ah! Baring my fangs, my eyes widening, glowing green, and attempting to force my dominance upon this thing, forcing it to bow before the predator that is I, and if it decides otherwise, I'm very hungry.
All right, so you can roll to cower it.
Oh, I shall. And I'm doing that as a move action, as I do have the appropriate advantage. Okay, that's a 3. I got 7. Okay. All right. That is going to be 7, 12, 18, 20. 20.
You beat him by 1. He got a 19.
Yeah. So that's still what we got. So yeah, I look at the thing. Just a mask of a creature of predation, forcing its will upon this beast, and I begin to stalk forward stealthily, advancing upon it, forcing my will upon it to see if it breaks and flees, or if it stands to be feasted upon. The choice is it.
As he does that, I'll try and locate myself behind the creature.
Okay.
So in case it runs away, I can break its kneecaps.
It kind of shrieks and gargles. And it begins to slowly back up, trying to steal its resolve against you. You can see this thing has like rippling muscles on it, though. It's pretty fucking big. Why don't we all roll a reaction?
Okay, I mean I will.
Oh,
that's a good one. Oh man, I had looked at that 8. I'm like, that's good. And I have a die that I can't quite see as well, and it's a motherfucking 1. So that's suppression for you folks at home watching along. We rolled the 8 and the 1. 8 will not explode, unfortunately. Still, it's an 8, so that's something to start with.
All right. So he rolled a 4.
Well,
I rolled even worse. I got a 3.
My total is 15, by the way. I have a +7 to reaction.
Okay, you go first by a lot.
All right. Well, he had his opportunity jump, which he refused. He is also coward, so
He is
he's going to take that penalty to his penalty of 1 to his all his rolls, including his evade. I will attempt to bite him, as I had already pronounced. I leap and lunge upon him, attempt to bite him. Let's see how that works out for me. Unfortunately, I'm not much of a warrior here. So that is going to be an 11, a big whopping 11. So.
okay. Yeah, he rolled a 7.
Oh. Right. Does he roll this? He rolled a 7 or?
No, that was everything.
Okay.
I changed my dice, so these are probably my shitty dice.
Either way, and he doesn't seem to be wearing any armor from what you described. Yes?
No, he's just naked horror of flesh.
Well, I will inflict 3 points of damage as I bear my my fangs directly into his arm, coming from my childhood, from the Dark Forest of Fear. I have eaten things very loathsome and just seep in, drinking from the thing's blood from its body, ravaging and ripping my claws, violating its flesh. It's letting it know why it needs to be afraid of the things that live in darkness.
Okay, he just wails in pain, but also using these thick fingers that he has, tries to form them into a fist and just bash your head in. He rolled 15.
Against me?
Yep.
And would you give him his -1?
No, 14.
Okay. Well, that may actually come into play here. Yeah, that was helpful. I have a total of 15.
Nah, all right,
Oh,
nice.
So I mean, I beat him in by one too, but yeah, 15. As it swigs, I'll basically I throw myself even closer against him to avoid his blow, refusing and drinking in the blood and the ichor, the bits of flesh, whatever my mouth and tongue can find, laughing and biting to satisfy myself.
Okay. Thalagar, you're up.
using this distraction, I'm gonna try, or Thanagar's gonna try and crush this beast from behind, crush his spine, and just let off some of that anger, punish it for all of his people it has tortured and ripped, and the glorious trolls he has seen and heard. So let's roll that. So that's 10. Oh yeah, baby. That's 2 plus 3. That's 5. I'm at 15 in total.
Remember, George. Remember, let me interject real quick. You were the second to attack him in the round. That means you get a +1 bonus for every attack you suffered before. That means you get an extra +1 bonus.
Oh, okay. So that's 16 then.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
so
thanks.
he rolled a 10 total. So
Oh, so I even boost.
yeah, so you boost on him.
There you go, that
He
one can
is
help it.
defeated.
Oh.
He is defeated. So you may describe this defeat.
The improvised pickaxe, that crude warhammer Astrologer uses, just comes down with a vengeance and a mighty blow right in its neck, just breaking it, shattering it into 1,000 little pieces, and the head just goes limp, only held by the muscles on its place. So
Green and purple fluids just explode out of this wound, blood flying everywhere as it falls to the ground. And whatever it was that was cloaking you, that was shielding all of you from the ghosts, the hungry dead, the angelic servitors of he who has many names, and these disgusting flies, these flies whose lineage is traced back to the death of the angels, those who he who has many names cannibalized, they feasted upon their corpses, grew powerful through the potent blood of these archangels, these seraphim. All of these become aware of your presence.
Okay, this is what I want to do. I'm standing there right beside the lake. I've been casting my shot. I've been forcing myself. I've been feeling that ping, but it's not quite there. I feel that there's still something left, and I look down with a face of utter revulsion at this liquid gold, and I stare at my left hand. I look up at the hungry Dan. I stare. My hand trembles. There's still like meat around my face as I'm like maybe ripped up, and there's like a little piece of his meat I'm eating in my mouth. The blood pours down my alabaster skin. I plunge my hand into the liquid gold with horror in my face, disgusted as it trembles in there. I don't know if it's hot. I don't know what it is, but I plunge my hand in there and I seek to just dump all of my sort of spiritual essence to try to rip and rape away these secrets from this creature, from this abominable angel, trying to learn whatever spiritual essence I might, so I might control and force my will upon them. The esoteric path of the summoner, and I just try to concentrate get my will as hard as I can, resisting any sort of pain that affects my body. So you can tell me if anything happens.
All right, so you're going to take 4 points of damage. For the gold does burn your arm, but you do have a flood, a torrent of images as the nightmare dreams of the trolls flood and invade your mind, but you can feel just that tiny bit of consciousness for each one telling you, the tower, the tower, the tower.
I finally pull away, I guess the gold sort of glistening and running down my arm.
Yeah.
With burn marks across me. Vicious, horrible, hateful light, horrible, loathsome thing. And I'm trying to get it off my hand, and I sort of stumble back and be running into Thalagar, and I look towards the tower. I look towards the crucifix.
What have you seen?
They're telling me a tower. We must get him. We must free Bryce from his crucifixion.
Can you?
Here, hell!
CERN is already actually climbing the tower as you look over, climbing
What's the
towards
tower?
Bryce, trying with every bit of her speed, that is hobbled by having only one functional arm, climbing up that tower to save this man who she formed that small bond with earlier.
The tower then. And I'll start running and try and climb it.
I'm going to run over there as well. I'm extraordinary. I have a 24 speed, and I have 6 athletics. Just of course, running. So I'm trying to get there as quickly as I possibly can. Now that my mind is sort of refocused, and I got a little bit of blood, a little bit of meat in me, I'm like going on the go. You know what I'm saying? I got my pound of flesh, I'm like lightning over there.
You just vault up this thing super quick, and there are ample handholds and footholds for you to climb. It's a little difficult, Thalagar, for you to climb, as they're not made for the stout body of a Farum. But as you climb, Bryce, you can hear, as you kind of come back to consciousness for a moment, your body, once again, your flesh has been reknit by the healing power of these angelic this divine angelic power, and you can hear screams and shrieks and howls of wicked hunger beneath you. And as you look up, you can see the host of angels, those low angels who serve He who has many names, begin descending down toward the tower. Several of them, 2 of them with flaming wings, fly down to you and begin to devour your flesh, begin to feed off of you. And the others, Yvashtika, CERN, and Thalagar, you continue to climb, but you are accosted by angels flying down, some with wings of owls, others with wings of flame, some with swords of flame, some with swords of light, begin taking swipes at you, their blades cutting you. You have but one chance. Get to the top of the tower. Focus the power that has been given you, granted to you by your slumbering allies. And hope beyond hope, that Nogus has still interest in you.
I use all the athletic ability I have to force my way past these creatures, to duck and dodge out of their way, to hurriedly move towards the top of the tower.
I will use every piece of hate and anger and frustration that I have within me just to pull myself together, ignore the pain, and climb.
Thalagar, you too begin to feel this pulsation, this power coming from these ziggurats. The lake of gold begins to boil more and more rapidly until you begin to see pits of steam begin to shoot up out of the gold, as the gold itself has become so hot that it evaporates. Yvashtika is the first to get to the top of the tower, and when you do, you see these vile creatures, these angels, just feasting upon the flesh of Bryce Highcrow as he sits as a sacrifice, an eternal sacrifice to He who has many names, nailed to this iron cross.
Does he just have like the sort of standard Jesus nail in the hand, or in the wrist, or
in the
does he
wrist?
have
Yeah.
nails? All right. So, I'm gonna get up there and just reach into his wrist for that nail and do everything I can to just pull the nail out of his wrist.
Okay, there are angels like devouring him right now, like trying to eat him.
I'm right up there, right beside him. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is that right? I'm making sure I understand the scene.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, I'm trying to free him. There's nothing else that I could do there.
Okay, so again, the next another angel flies down and begins to just to take a huge bite out of your left shoulder, Yvashtika, as you are struggling to get this out of out of Bryce's arm, and it's laughing, and all of them are laughing at you as you were doing this. And Thalagar, Cern, you finally reach the top of this tower. There are angels' swords of light and flame coming down upon you. And this energy you can feel is still boiling until finally the body of he who has many names emerges once again from this molten lake of gold, this blood of the dead Elder Creator Ahura Mazda, and he flies into the center of this pit and looks down upon you, shrieking, "What have you done?"
I might shit my pants.
I keep my eyes from looking at it. I know it would be too much for me if I did, so I'm averting my eyes, and I'm trying to hurry, working rapidly, trying to get the nail free, trying to rescue Bryce Haiku if at all possible.
Cern is also attempting to rip one of these nails out. And then she is also being devoured by these angels. You are all your flesh. You begin to see the hungry dead begin to climb the tower, overwhelming it until there are hundreds. There's not even standing room for anything. The spirits, the ghosts, all of these foul creatures ripping your flesh open, tearing chunks off, leaving you bleeding and screaming in pain, until finally there's this moment of silence when you all can finally look down and look into that lake of gold. The boiling stops immediately. It becomes stock still. There's not a wave to be seen. And you can see the eyes reflecting back out off of that gold, that sheen. The troll stares back through the mirror.
He's here.
Fleshlings, I can take you from this place.
Yes, my master. Take us from this hell. Foreigner.
There is a price to be paid.
Anything.
Come then.
And as you stare down, as you are being devoured by these angels, these spirits, your blood pours out of you, your life, all of you almost dead and dying. You feel fingers wrap around your bodies and rip you downward towards off of this tower, towards this lake of molten gold. And as you see your death about to happen, as you are about to burn to death in this gold, you pass through the surface, not touching the gold, but passing into a world, a different world of reflection. Surrounding you is a turbulence of darkness and numbers, mathematical symbols like you have never seen before, and you are in the presence. You all feel the presence. You don't see the flesh, you don't see the body of Nogus, but you feel him there as you rip through this torrential storm, and again, all at once, it's over with. And you find yourselves bleeding and harmed on a stone floor. You hit the stones hard. The heat is gone. There's no smell of smoke. And as you look out, the light of Ahriman's eyes peer through a window. You are once again on the surface of Kavega Thale.
Glorious darkness, glorious darkness. Never have I so hungered to see the light of the moon watching down, grandfather.
I just fall with my face on the soil and I kiss it and I have tears running down my face. Praise for you. Praise.
As you turn around, you see what's happened. You're in a room with nothing but a large mirror, 4 feet by 8 feet. And standing behind that mirror, you see a gaunt figure with yellow eyes peering back at you at a potbelly. The hollow troll, Nogus.
I just stare at him, lost in his reflection, lost in his magnificence. Oh, we are unworthy.
I tremble back.
What you have done will not be forgiven or forgotten by the enforcers,
Why?
nor will it be forgotten by me or my kind. But as I said, there is a price.
Yes.
The enforcers will know you by my mark.
Oh,
Your essence has been forever altered by the power of magic.
why?
Fall on my knees.
I expect greatness from the four of you. I will not forget, and I shall always be watching from just beyond the mirror.
And with that, he fades into oblivion.
I kind of crawl on my knees over to the mirror, placing my face against the glass, trying so hard to pierce the veil and see through into that other world beyond the reflection. There, he's there, always watching, always waiting. True power, do you not see it, Thalagar? Do you not see the true power of the 44?
Just sit, my hands tied in my beard, tears in my eyes. Oh, I see it. I've seen the glory of the troll. He will save my people. I will spread his name and his glory. The gods are forsaken, but he is forever. Forever.
I crawl over on my knees to you and I grab your head and press my forehead down against yours. Yes, they are true power. They are true power, my fair brother. We have seen the might of the ziggurats. We have seen through the reflection of the power to be transported here. Why, Naugus, great and powerful is he. Oh, and I press my head against you. Yes, you see the light of truth in the darkness. The reflection illuminated in moonlight.
No longer will I curse the name of the trolls.
Oh,
For they will show me the way to save my people,
that.
and I shall follow his will. And we shall cast them, the enforcers, the cannibal. He has imprisoned them. So many. Have you seen it? Have you felt them?
I grab you by the back of your head and kind of like pull your hair and make you look out the room into the window to the darkness. There's our mission. We must find them. Those that worship the golden angel. Those that worship Aulus, the Flamebringer. Those that worship Zansaro of the pyramids and Zos, the gargoyle. Those that worship Helida, the spider queen. Why, lad, we shall find each of them, their followers. We shall bring them to pain. I shall eat them. You shall send them your pickaxe. We shall bring them pain and show them true religion and anoint them for the terrors they have caused and the pogroms they have run. They shall not allow to continue. We shall bring them vengeance. Are you with me, Thalagar?
I grab your red fiery hair. We will be vengeance of the trolls of the 44. And they blessed us with their presence, with their magic. And I have this urge to kiss you. I just kiss your forehead almost violently out there. And I'm about to lose my mind, and I start laughing. And as I laugh, there are just tears running down my face, mixing with the blood and the horror and all this pressure that has been built up over the eons. Just lets itself go. Nosguy. Oh, you're glorious. Powerful. I try and stand up. I'm so hungry.
And that, I believe, is a good moment to end this session. Would anybody like to offer a soliloquy before we move on? I believe Andrew is trying to get back into the chat room right now. His computer crashed.
Absolutely. Well, we give a moment to him anyway. Do you want to go first, George?
Yes, thank you very much. I would so. Thologar, for a moment, retreats back into his mind. He contemplates on what happened. It is almost like a fever dream. Hardly real. He's seen a dragon, but not only that, he's seen he has many names, that most debauched and foul and corrupted of all creatures, worse than any human could ever be. And he has seen the trolls. He has heard Noga's voice. He has seen the horde. And that he's sure now he has a mission in life. He was nothing. He was in the gutter, in the mud, in the filth. But no longer would he curse the names of the trolls. He will bring their word to his people. He must free his people, for he has seen what awaits them in death, endless greed and pain. But he will not let that happen. He will be the one to bring them back to the old magic, to the trolls, to save them. Together with his friends, with his, no friends, brothers, they are, sisters, they are. They shall venture out, and he will bring the word, the good message, and vengeance on the enforcers. All that he will do, and he will be loyal, faithful, and strong. Thank you.
Oh, I found truth in the names of 44, in those scions of Nathraxu, legendary things that sprung from time to inspire death and dreams, to help weave together Covega Thale from the spire of which I have been atop and bathed in the blood of dead gods. And I have seen even there a calling, an echo of that truth, of the power of these trolls, and their etch left there, though inhabited now by followers of the gods. I see now the truth, and I cast my lot in with them. 44. Though Laku has been rumored to have connections with him, and has always been the call of the occult, of the esoteric path of the Magi, which I taught in trade by the Typhon, who spake to me of Thrax of the Thuban with their forked tongues, there on the streets of that magnificent citadel. My wife, my twin boys, they have been taken from me. They have taken everything from me. But they won't. Enforcers, I call from the back of my mind, you will not defile me, my flesh, my soul. I have seen the great structure you have, and though it has cowed me, I have been brought back from it by a force stronger than yours. And through that reflection, August has given me great strength and boon. And looking out for me and for these others, we shall come. I shall know you as you follow the enforcers. And what shall happen when I come from you, you followers of fire and light, order? I'm a ravenous beast, a grandchild of oblivion, and I will eat every one of you.
All right, Andrew, we've just heard a soliloquy from each of these gentlemen. If you would care to give one, you may.
From the pain and the mental anguish, upon hitting the floor, I am completely out and in unconsciousness. But swimming through my thoughts as I start to fade are a renewed sense of joy that I have not felt in many years. Many years. I finally can let go of certain burdens that were upon my soul. The feelings that my mother, the guilt I had, that my mother, who could not take the anguish of her departed husband and son, she finally gave in and killed herself. That was what it was. It was not me. I am not a disappointment to her. I am fulfilling all of these promises. I am fighting back. Finally, I have done damage to he who has many names. I could see it upon his face. And he does not have the souls of my family. And he likely doesn't have many of the souls of my clan and my people, although he may have said so. It is Morgul, this light, this fire. He thinks, he who has many names thinks it is he who will fight the darkness. No, it is the faces of Morgul. That is what will fight Ahriman and his darkness. It shall spread across the world, engulf it all, and keep us safe from the eternal darkness, not these horrible enforcers. Oh, but now, so much of my burden has gone. I shall rest.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is how you play a role-playing game. I'm going to hand it over to Andrew Wood one more time to plug this wonderful, wonderful game that we have been playing, Within the Ring of Fire. It is absolutely my favorite fantasy game of all time. Get the books. Saga book is excellent. 77 Thrones, I think, is, I've said this before, one of the best, no, is the best source book I have ever encountered for a role-playing game. Gives you so many ideas. That has absolutely been the structure for this game. Everything that has come from 77 Thrones. The novel Fey Wine is also excellent. Gives you a real look inside the world and the feel of this world. And these are just amazing products. I can't recommend them highly enough. So go out and get them.
Well, thank you very much. You heard it from Matt Pritchard right there. You see the kind of game that he runs, the kind of excitement that he brings. And don't you want to bring that for your group at home? I know you do. Get the products. Get Saga Book. Get Within the Ring of Fire, 77 Thrones, the Theological Codex. Go to Drive-Thru RPG. Get your PDFs. Get your softbounds. Get your hardbounds. Get Fey Wine, a novel. They'll put it in perspective. Monsters and Men will be out very soon. Had a little hang-up at Drive-Thru RPG getting that through. A little technical problem they had on their part, but that'll be out very soon as well. Book of True Names coming very soon in the editing process. Well written, completely written, is what I'm trying to get across here, and we're going through it and putting the final touch before we send that out to layout. I appreciate everyone who has in that barbarian horde out there in the RPG universe with the RPG revolution got aboard Within Ring of Fire, a passion project for someone who just was not happy with the mediocrity with the products produced by people who clearly don't love role-playing games. I love RPGs. My friends here love RPGs. We want to see RPGs triumph and the great quality of exciting, wonderful games that are told in an immersive style. Get it, and it walks you through in the books exactly how to play in that style, how to bring that pulse. Again, very proud of everyone here. A wonderful, wonderful session. Big thanks to Matthew, to George, and to Andrew for as well. Wonderful role play. Couldn't be prouder to have these people out representing the product to put together. Doing a great job get the products, you could PM me on Facebook, Main Man, or through the YouTube channel. Get a PDF bundle deal, get you all the products to ever be released in PDF at a low discount price, so you can get it and enjoy with it the Ring of Fire. And you can follow me on Twitter, mainman_RPG. Get all the from there. And Raw Immersive Games on Facebook, the group. Join it and learn. Find people to play this game with. And thank you again for the RPG. Follow their channels as well. Matthew and Andrew and George. They're gonna post some comments right out here. You can just hit right out their comments. Go to their channel, subscribe, watch. Wonderful RPG stuff, lots more. There you can learn about RPGs as well. So thank you very much, guys, for the game, and thank you out there for watching. We do appreciate each and every one of you.
Have a good night, everybody.